Breaking news. Did Sam Bankman-Fried literally push the price of Bitcoin below the 20,000 level and hold the price below the 20,000 level? Well, in this video, we're going to do an extensive deep dive into exactly what he did. Thank you for being back here with me on the Crypto Bliss show today. I'm Kiara DeCast. Really appreciate every single one of you beautiful souls out there. Make sure if you are watching this video to just obliterate the thumbs up there. Thank you very, very much, you blessed souls. Guys, I did some crazy videos for you this week. I've got some crazy videos coming out for you a little bit later on today as well. So make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that notification bell as well, and you will get notified when those videos come out. All right, guys, cutting straight to the point, let's dive right in. So first of all, some crazy news in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe turns gold-backed digital token into a payment method. So the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe first introduced its new project in April, which it issued in digital token backed by a physical amount of gold held in the bank's reserves. Pretty simple. The issuance of a gold-backed digital token is meant to expand the value-preserving instruments available in the economy and enhance the visibility of the investment instruments and widen the access and usage by the public. So we all know that Zimbabwe, they've got a $1 million bill, yeah, I mean, it's a ridiculous bill, guys. That, yeah, you need to know that if Zimbabwe, a country like this, which had the absolute worst inflation rate, because obviously there was a lot of printing of money that happened there and not distribution of wealth. Instead, the wealth was hoarded by Mugabe. So, well, that's incredible news. So, good luck to Zimbabwe for that. Some of my beautiful people that work for me are from Zimbabwe, so bless their souls and their families, and may that really bring abundance into their life. The next bit of news out there before I get onto the Sam Bankman-Fried trial, Trezor releases new hardware wallet and metal key private key backup. So Trezor is celebrating its 10th year anniversary by releasing 3 new self-custody products with a focus on providing entry-level devices. So you guys can see over here that these are what the wallets look like. They actually look very, very, very beautiful. I will definitely be getting myself one. I'll probably place my order over the course of the weekend. But you can see here, and I will let you guys know when I get it. But this wallet was basically released in 79 now at $79, and then this is now the new wallet. Okay, so it's a stainless steel watertight seal. So this is incredible because this is what you want to protect your wallet. Okay, so Trezor Keep Metal has a lot of common with many similar physical backup solutions in the market, allowing users to keep their recovery safe. So pretty cool. It's going to go for about $99, and that's the entry level. And then if you get one that caters for 320-word Shamir backups, sells for $249. So in other words, one that's got more backup ability and capacity is $249, and the entry level is $99. So, I'm going to start off with just the entry level. I want to see what it does, and I will let you guys know. So make sure to go ahead and, just go and check that one out. All right, guys. So does this look like a face of somebody? And without any judgment, guys, but I know how it feels to go through burnout, through stress and anxiety. And I'm sure most of you watching this also have some sort of clue where you, in some point of your life, have looked a little bit raggedy or scraggly, whatever that word might be, where there's so much stress and anxiety that you actually start to age yourself. And I think that's exactly what's happening here with Caroline Ellison, especially with everything that she is releasing out into the market. So before I continue with that article, I'm going to go and show you exactly what happened yesterday in the market. Oh, we haven't even got the readings out yet. So let me go here. Okay, so as you can see here, what happened in yesterday's news was here was the mortgages, the meetings. Here was CPI. So core CPI came in at 2.7%, and core PPI came in at 0.3%. PPI came in at 0.5%. So it was all much higher than what it was forecasted or predicted or previous, which is very, very interesting. So we shall see what happens there. But basically, today we have CPI data. Should be on Thursday. Why is it already done? That's very interesting. Okay, because we should be getting CPI data today, but if CPI data has already been released, that's kind of why we saw the market go down a little bit yesterday. So that would be very interesting to see all the rest of that news. So let's go and deep dive into the article, guys. So basically, what's happened is there's been Chinese bribes, Thai prostitution, and an end to the lies. Caroline Ellison's explosive second day of testimony against Sam Bankman-Fried. So the former Alameda Research CEO wept on the witness stand during her second day of testimony in Sam Bankman-Fried's trial. So as we all know, Caroline Ellison was Sam Bankman's girlfriend, but apparently he asked her to keep it all hush-hush and silent. So Caroline Ellison, one of Sam Bankman-Fried's top deputies, also his ex-girlfriend, testified on Wednesday that she felt relieved when his crypto empire started to collapse because it meant she could stop lying. So that's interesting, right? Because obviously, he was putting his team, his staff, and his ex-girlfriend under duress to not say anything. So she noted the CoinDesk scoop that undid the company, saying the crypto news site scoop was based on a balance sheet of Alameda sent to lenders to mislead them into thinking the trading firm was one on more solid financial footing than it really was, though the numbers were ugly enough to spark the collapse. Interesting, right? Ellison said Bankman-Fried instructed her to use FTX customer funds to repay Alameda's lenders despite recognizing the risk. She disclosed an unrelated bribery incident with Chinese officials to retrieve locked funds, highlighting the trust Bankman-Fried had in her. Okay, which is cool, but so Ellison testified that I felt a sense of relief that I didn't have to lie anymore. I felt indescribably bad about all the people that lost their jobs and the people that trusted us that we had betrayed. Edison, yeah, I mean, guys, this stuff just gets more and more hectic. I understated the true extent of Alameda's risk, but it still showed up that Alameda was in a fairly risky position. Ellison also claims that Sam Bankman-Fried told her to do the following. I was in a constant state of dread, she said. I knew we would have to take the money from FTX line of credit, and that was money that could be called in at any time. Asked what the money was particularly risky, it was coming from FTX customers who would want to withdraw at any time. Ellison said that she grew increasingly worried throughout spring 22 that Alameda's reliance on FTX customer funds could lead to a catastrophe for both firms. And I was concerned that if everyone would find out, then everything would come crashing down. Well, that's exactly what happened, right? Have you guys been following the Sam Bankman-Fried trial? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to know. She said she thought it was wrong. So, look, she's admitting, she's already pleaded guilty. She's coming out here saying that she thought it was wrong, but she still did it. A person that is strong enough and strong-willed inside would never allow somebody else to do something detrimental to the company that they're working with, or to basically steal from their customers. So at the end of the day, she could have done much better to stop him. She could have found the power button per se in FTX and Alameda and literally just shut it down, and she didn't do that. So she is guilty herself, undoubtedly so, of the work that she did and that she claims that Sam Bankman-Fried pushed her to do. So she's basically saying here, in a private state of Alameda memo, Ellison authored in November 21, shortly after the payment was made, she included a bullet point title, 150 meter from the thing. under a section detailing notable idiosyncratic financial events. The entry said, referenced the payment of Chinese officials. I didn't want to put in writing that we paid what I believed were bribes. So a personal to-do list, getting regulators to crack down on Binance is what they were trying to do. So because obviously Binance and FTX, CZ was calling out Sam Bankman-Fried for everything that was going on, and basically Binance was wrongfully accused. So Binance is the world's largest crypto exchange, and after the US regulators have accused it of wrongdoing. So Sam said that he thought that was one of the best potential ways for FTX to increase market share by crushing their competitors, right? So I will get to a point where I'm going to show you somebody's name, this person. And if you go and look at some of the videos and the content from Crypto Banter, where Crypto Banter interviewed this person and asked this person if Sam Bankman-Fried was set free, would he reinvest in him? And he basically said yes. So I would not, from a bar of soap, trust this person. And I'm surprised that he still has business partners that are trusting him. Yes, he may know how to invest. He may know what he's doing, but that is a trust factor that has been broken publicly in front of billions of people around the world. So by mid-June 22, borrowed 77% of the $13 billion of customer US dollar deposits into FTX. 77% of it, guys. Oof. Edison said she asked FTX, Gary Wang, and Singh to gather the data for her when she grew concerned about the size of Alameda's borrowings from FTX. Now, guys, we've seen videos on YouTube about Caroline Edison saying, oh, no, don't worry about the risk. Trading is easy, like very simplistic stuff where actually you would be very concerned if you had to put your money with that kind of person, because she was basically saying, no, you don't have to use stop losses, you don't have to do this and all of that rubbish, which actually is insane. So, guys, this is an insanely long article. Of course, it's a case that has a lot to get through. So he didn't think rules like don't lie and don't steal fit in that framework, she said. She recalled becoming more and more used to doing those things and sending false information to business partners or taking FTX customers' money. Over time, it was something I became more comfortable with while working there. So this is vague labeling. Okay, this is basically a sketch of the overflow room. Okay, then SBF valuable lack of a haircut. So she was basically just talking about his haircut and how he believed that his haircut was the very reason that he managed to bring in more capital into the company. So it was also better for FTX's image. Ellison recalled him telling her, which was also the reason behind the two of them switching their cars from luxury company vehicles to much cheaper brands like Toyota and Honda. So in other words, Sam said he had gotten higher bonuses because of his hair. So, higher bonuses, but you own the company. Are you giving yourself a bonus because you're not cutting your hair? I don't know what happened there, but this is very interesting. So the crypto exchanges are not regulated like securities trading venues, irrelevant and only likely to confuse the jury. So here in this article by Inner City Press, okay, SBS trial continues. There is a lot of stuff going on here, guys. Day one recap, let's not worry about that for now, but basically you can see there that this is what happened. I just want to show you just the introductory of the Sam Bankman-Fried's lawyer and what he actually had to say here.
Braden, so you may have heard we were just discussing the trial that I was watching yesterday, and I just want to start with a really high level question, because definitely the impression that I got from being there, and just to be clear, my colleagues at CoinDesk are covering this much more extensively. We have people there every day, but the impression that I got is that it is just not looking good for Sam, right? I mean, just basically the stuff that the witnesses are saying, and then also, as we mentioned, kind of just the vibe of the judge, like he just does not seem into Sam Bankman-Fried at all. And so I guess my high-level question for you is, can Sam recover from this? Like, does he have a chance at all? I mean, or is this just kind of like already sort of over?
Well, thanks for having me. That's a good question. And right now, I think Sam Bankman-Fried is in a bad spot. You have a judge that's been ruling against the defense on a number of different issues. I think there are going to be some major upcoming issues that will have to be addressed, including advice of counsel defenses, as well as some of the other types of defenses, including whether or not these investors are going to be made whole and whether or not that matters. And so it has not been a good start to Sam Bankman-Fried's trial for him. That's very clear.
So relatedly, though, I mean, just looking at these witnesses, right? Because like another big theme in this, at least yesterday, was that, you know, Caroline and Gary both struck a deal with the government. Now, obviously, they sort of both made clear that this does not guarantee that they're going to get off free at all, right? It's just sort of like we'll see what happens. But I'd be curious for you to break this down, because you listen to to what they're saying, and yes, they're sort of saying that, like, you know, Sam was steering the ship, but they like weren't helping, right? they were doing bad stuff too. So what does it look like for them? I mean, you know, I think, like, yes, they have a deal with the government. No, it's not guaranteed. Like, what are the chances that Caroline and Gary will get off with nothing, will get off free? I mean, what is the outlook for them?
It's unlikely. I think because of these plea deals, they've pled guilty to crimes. That's first and foremost. Both of them have pled guilty to crimes. When the government needs them as a witness, and generally in these federal trials, you want these cooperating witnesses, and these are the key witnesses for the government. When it comes to their sentencing, it will really depend on a number of different factors, including the guidelines, including the judge. They will have cooperation credit, and it depends on what that is based on how much they help this trial. It's a give and take when it comes to this type of cooperation for these witnesses.
How much longer do you expect things to go on in this trial? I mean, you know, people are expecting weeks, or, you know, is it just a few days and they wrap up because they've made a strong case already? What are we looking at here? And if it's going to last a little longer, what else would the prosecution need to do and the defense need to do?
And I think you brought this up earlier. This is a matter for the jury. And what you want to do in a fraud case is show the fraud, ensure you have proved your case, and move on, especially when it comes to complicated cases like this. I think that getting into a lot of the details of crypto to a jury that likely has not had a bunch of experience with it may be a little dangerous for the prosecution, because what this boils down to is a fraud, whether or not Sam Bankman-Fried defrauded investors. And that's what I think the government should stick to. And if they do that, it likely won't last much longer. They've had these key witnesses. They've had a victim. I'm unsure of what they need further after making sure that they make their case that Sam Bankman-Fried defrauded investors.
So on that note, it seems as if a bit of a battle going on between the DOJ and the defense around the introduction of information around the Anthropic investment is coming up. We've had the prosecution say, we do not want this mentioned, that this is a distraction. But it looks as if the defense would really like to discuss this, which I gather is perhaps an effort to complicate the thing. Valuation of FTX actually has all these other really complicated factors, and you're not really getting the full picture. What's your take on that, and should that be admitted into evidence?
Yeah, it's a good move by the defense, because all you need is one juror. And so if you're providing this information about how the valuation of FTXs work and whether or not there was victim harm, those other issues that all come into a distraction of the fact that the prosecution is trying to prove is that Sam Bankman-Fried committed fraud, then that brings into play additional room to argue reasonable doubt. And again, it's a complicating factor. I think it's going to be extremely complicated for jurors who don't have experience in understanding these valuations or what the effect of this investment's activity was on FTX as a whole. So, if this defense gets thrown out, if the advice of counsel defense gets thrown out, where the judge is not allowing this type of testimony, it could be really damaging to the defense.
I just wanted to share with you that little snippet just of one of the attorneys. So the SBF trial lawyer says it has not been a good start. So Guys, as you can see here, this is the article from Inner City Press, and basically Inner City Press is following this trial, and you can just literally go ahead down and see all the news relating to the trial, what's going on, and what has actually happened. So there's a lot of stuff happening in the trial. Go and check it out. Inner City Press, shout out to you. Thank you very much. And then, guys, just a couple of things off topic before I just show you some of the charts. The protocols. This is some more exciting news. The protocol. Bitcoin might get Ethereum-style smart contracts under the VM plan. ZeroSync's Robin Linus has ignited excitement in the Bitcoin community by introducing BitVM paper, proposing a straightforward method for incorporating smart contracts into the original blockchain, a feature predominantly associated with Ethereum and its numerous derivatives. So basically, yeah, this is incredible news, guys. This is incredible. So basically, they're going to be bringing Ethereum to Bitcoin, and the ZeroSync's layers to the Bitcoin blockchain, which will be incredible for Bitcoin, and that will just fuel Bitcoin's adoption, guys. So if you continue not to believe that Bitcoin's getting adoption, then you need to come over to my channel, subscribe to it, hit that notification bell, because I'm releasing videos for you on do not miss out, how to get wealthy with Bitcoin, Bitcoin manipulation, so do not be fooled. Fiat is the scam and Bitcoin is real money. Crypto is pumping. Did you miss it? Are you missing it? No FUD, just complete beautiful trading, guys. Do not miss out on these opportunities. You have the lifetime opportunity right now. This is about to be the biggest bull cycle in history. Because with all geopolitical dramas and all everything else going on outside there in the wonderful world out there, we are about to see the money printers turn on. I do not believe for 1 second what Jamie Dimon said, that inflation will hit 7%, okay, or interest rates will hit 7%. I think right now we are in a very, very tight and different position to what he's talking about. All right, so that's very, very cool. One or two other little articles. So, guys, if you still don't believe us, well, this was posted yesterday at 8:31 p.m., where Jim Cramer doesn't know about Bitcoin. The talking TV head, Mr. Bitcoin, is about to go down on CNBC. So he announced that that basically Bitcoin is about to go down, and the charts suggest you need to ignore the crypto cheerleaders. So, guys, if Bitcoin goes down a little bit, that's okay. But every single time in history where Jim Cramer has come out and said Bitcoin is going down, well, guess what happened? Bitcoin literally had a rocket launch up into space. Okay, so do not believe this man and do the opposite of what this man is trying to tell us. Now, one of the coolest things, and I will do a video for this, this is one of my videos, but basically Chainlink has been dubbed one of the safest bets to profit from the real world asset tokenization trend, the K33, according to K33 research. So Chainlink has positioned itself as a key price infrastructure to connect blockchains with the outside world and should profit from the crypto's narrative. So if we wish to have exposure to the real world asset narrative and avoid being sidelined when it takes off, Link is the safest bet. K33 analysis, David Zinnerman. So lots in it, guys. See, lots in it in that article. Let's go and have a quick squiz of some of the charts here that I've been waiting to share with you and show you before we close out on the video for the day, guys. So this is the Bitcoin updates video, of course, you know that as usual, but the video had a lot to do with the SPF trial that I just wanted to share that with you. So this is the 50 moving average. This is the 200. The red is the 50. The green is the 200. And basically, as you can see, we've had quite a bit of volume indication come in here, but still this volume didn't exceed any of this volume. So it's not that much, but we have had consecutive days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down days now in Bitcoin. Okay, we're on our first down day right now. And guess what? Guess where we hit? Well, guys, we hit the bottom end of this line. So we broke out. We're hitting the bottom end of this line, which ironically is in a line with the 50 moving average. And like I said to you guys in my video yesterday, you know, the 200 can come across, the 50 can come across, and we'll range in this zone right now. Look at the RSI. It's busy resetting, guys. So for me, I don't think we're going to go any lower than this. I said 26,600. That's my personal view. I don't believe we're going to go any lower than this, guys. And if we do, that is just a phenomenal opportunity to take your dry powder and pop it into Bitcoin. And if you guys want to go ahead and do that, then make sure to click my links pinned in the comments down of this video and in the description, the top of the description of this video. Click my Bitflex link down below and my Bybit link down below. And you guys can go ahead and trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies with me just by putting your capital into those spots. Now, the other chart I wanted to show you was the Dixie chart. The Dixie has had multiple days of constant rejection right now. So you can see here, Isn't that the same thing as what's happened with Bitcoin? Bitcoin has gone down, the dollar has gone down. So that means Bitcoin and the dollar are doing the same thing currently, like over the past few days. So that's very interesting. And now also the stochastic is a little bit oversold. So it's time for a little bit of a pop back up. So maybe we get a pop back up here, guys. I believe by the end of next week is probably where we're going to start seeing the dollar start to turn back down, and where we will start to see Bitcoin actually start to make its way to the 31, 32,000 level very, very soon, guys. I do believe it's going to go there very soon. So watch out for the rest of October, because October is a big month, as we know. Some people say Rectober, some people say Rocktober. You make the decision. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. What do you think? And just ignore everything else. Just think about crypto and Bitcoin right now. Just think about even just Bitcoin, because, you know, when I'm looking at the market cap dominance of Bitcoin, look at where it is. We're almost back up at this high, which essentially, if we go ahead and look at where we're at on the weekly time frame, okay, you guys can see very, 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 very clearly as to where we're at on the weekly time frame. So are we going to go any higher? I'm not so sure about that, because we are definitely meeting this line of resistance here right now. And as you can see, so that's the on this one, this is the 200 moving average, and then this is the 50 here. So you can see here that we're coming into convergence here with the bands moving up. Guys, maybe we get a little bit of a pump up here, but guys, eventually we're going to come back down. And the moment we start coming back down, and especially here, if we create these higher lows, okay, lower highs, excuse me, what we're going to see is definitely money shifting back out of Bitcoin and back into altcoins and into stable coins. Okay, so the last chart I want to show you is the crypto alt cap, and basically this is the total market cap 3. You guys can see here, it's very clear, guys. I don't need to point this out to you. We've hit this. These are higher lows. So this is our this is our support level. If we break this level, the likelihood coming down to here is very high. Okay, but if we don't break this level, then the likelihood of us getting a strong bounce off of this level, probably back up above this green zone, and then making our way slowly but surely back up into this zone over here, would bring us absolutely incredible confidence for the crypto market cap and what it is that we're looking to find here. So I love this. I want to know what you guys think about it. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for being here with me today. I truly appreciate it. If you're watching this and have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you very much. And make sure to use my links down below, pin in the comments for you guys. Much love. Beautiful blessings.